Hi, this is a video for Lab 3. Part 1, you're going to make some copter sounds to stick in Logic. You're welcome to go it alone, do what you want, or if you want, I'll give you some pointers of stuff that you could do. This is something you could do. To take the noise, now you're going to go into a filter, but you're also going to want to go other places with it later, so why not go into a mult first? Then come out of the mult and let's go into a filter. You have other filters that sound different you can experiment with. I'm just going to go right here into the basic state variable filter. This input has a lot more gain than this variable one, even when that's turned up all the way. That's why I go in there. For now, I'm going to take the low pass out, come into the VCA. At this point, as long as this noise volume control is turned up all the way, which is where it should live, set this switch to linear, and this should send signal to the Mackie so you can hear it, and it's just noise. So far, so good. Next step is you need modulation, and I want you to use a modulation matrix, meaning at least two, preferably three, different control voltage sources like envelope generators and or LFOs mixed together and sent to the filter all at once. So you have LFOs here, here, here's 4 LFOs that you have for this week, even though they're really simple. This is an elaborate LFO, and this is a simple LFO, the top of this module. For now, what I'm going to do is use this as an LFO like you probably did last week. I'm going to come into a mixer just because I can. Take the output of the mixer, and I'm going to feed that into the frequency modulation input of that filter. Now, one of the things that I mentioned, and it's important to remember this, no matter what you're doing, adjusting all of these different controls, even minutely, can have quite big effects on your sound. So you'll need to turn this level control up and probably bring this frequency down. You may turn up and down this resonance to see what it does. Set this in the low range over here. Select different waveforms, turn it up, and hear what kind of sound effect comes out. Then something else that you can do, which I recommend, is you'll want to be able to send a trigger. So for now, it's easier with real hardware to actually just use the gate from the MIDI interface, and you're going to want to send that more than one place, so mult that. This also means you will need to turn on the keyboard. Now you have a gate, so you could trigger an envelope generator. So let's say that you go to a simple one here and come out of the envelope generator into the mixer. So now you can mix the volumes and turn on and off separately the envelope generator, which will fire when you press a key, and you can change this. Between all of this, especially with making adjustments to the speed of the LFO and the level input here and or the levels coming out of the mixer of the envelope generator, and of course changing the envelope generator settings, you should be able to get a lot of different variations of sound that could be used with a copter or helicopter animation. So that's part 1. So what you need to do is capture a bunch of sounds in Logic and then import the animation video that you were directed to and line up some sounds so that it kind of works, and then export it. That's part 1.